Please welcome 2018 West Point graduate, U.S. Army Captain Freddie Luna.
I am honored and humbled to be with you this evening. As you just saw, as a student learning military history at West Point, I felt an obligation to understand how a disciplined military force became an agent of genocide. My professor, Dr. David Frey, gave us a profound understanding of how quickly moral degradation can occur. My visit to the museum showed me the effect that this degradation can have on millions of individual human beings, and it left me with more questions than answers. Dr. Frey, I'd like to thank you tonight for helping so many future military leaders dive in and dissect the history so that they can avoid repeating it. While deployed, I had the opportunity to go to Dachau alongside my soldiers. I watched them walk that terrain and begin to understand the suffering that was executed on an industrial scale. I remembered learning how few German military leaders questioned the suffering that they inflicted. Moral failure comes about as a slow burn. It happens over time. It comes from the decision to look the other way. As an active duty company commander in the United States Army, I believe passionately in taking personal ownership and responsibility for every decision I make and every order I give. I can't communicate to my soldiers why they're doing something if I don't understand the purpose. What I tell my lieutenants and junior leaders is, don't blindly follow orders. You have an obligation to ask. You have an obligation to say, sir, I don't understand why we're doing this. My goal is to accomplish our nation's missions while instilling critical thinking skills, putting my soldiers in training situations where they must make decisions when there is moral ambiguity. The military, and more importantly, humanity, does not need robots. We need problem solvers, question askers, and critical thinkers. Thanks. The Army has invited me back to the history department at West Point to teach for 3 years as an officer. Thank you. I will always remember the questions that the museum forced me to ask and encourage those same questions in the young people I teach. They are the essential questions for future leaders of our country. Thank you.